Israel seminar has been, I think, the most impactful 6 weeks of my entire young adult life.
This summer was my first time in Israel ever, and coming with seminar was something that I will never regret. These experiences that I've had with seminar, they exposed me to the culture, to the people, to the Jewish life in Israel.
I've been to Israel many times before, and I've never really felt a personal connection to Israel. However, when I came on to my seminar, we went to much more specific and lesser known sites in Israel, such as going to a Bedouin village or going to a kibbutz in the Negev that's both secular and Orthodox people living together. I really felt like I've got my own personal connection to Israel now that's drawing me back and making me feel connected.
I got to see literally every part of Israel, from the north to the south, to the Negev, to the Kinneret, to
the east, the west of Israel, all over.
Being there with some of my closest friends and friends that I've made across the country is just a one-of-a-kind experience that you couldn't get on any other program.
On seminar, there's a special program called Etgar where we get to choose from different activities including desert survival, God Na, Sea-to-Sea, and Jerusalem experience. For my Etgar, I chose God Na, where we get to experience life as a member of the Israeli IDF for 4 days in basic training in Sedbo care.
On desert survival, we spent 4 days and 3 nights in the desert, camping and hiking the entire day. And then when time came around, we would prepare our own meals together and learn how to cook as a group, and we would delegate positions to different people. It was a lot of fun. It was a new experience and a good way to bond with everyone.
Going to Poland with some of my best friends and all these new friends from Camp Ramah all across the country was something that was so unique, and it allowed me to explore Poland in a whole new perspective, especially with tour guides that were so knowledgeable about the topic.
I got to see everything that came before Israel was established, and all of the hopes and dreams of the people that I'm a part of. You felt like you were connecting with a part of your past that you had never really explored.
Going to places that were distraught with so many Jewish atrocities was very depressing and hard for us to deal with, but yet we were able to cope with it by breathing Jewish life into these places, by singing slow Jewish songs that we would sing at camp, and this was something I will never forget.
We were standing in this giant circle singing Havdalah, and 100 people came around with cameras and were taking pictures of us, and we're sort of just in awe of this tradition. And we were getting to stand in that square and be unapologetically, openly Jewish. And I just sort of burst into tears because I was just so amazed that I could be part of that.
And we actually, on the first night in Israel, we got to go straight to the hotel. So it was amazing to walk out of Auschwitz one day, and then the next day we actually went to the hotel.
It laid a base that made this part of the trip that much richer and that much more meaningful for me, and it made it that much more special that I had sort of that beginning and that end and the connection between the two, and I definitely wouldn't give that week up for anything.
Seminar, we have Pinat Ivrit, where we get to learn Hebrew and practice our Hebrew. I was in the middle Kvutza, and from seminar I've improved my Hebrew so much. I now can have full conversations with people, and I'm able to ask how much something costs, bargain a bit in the shuk, or do anything to get to practice my Hebrew all throughout Israel.
אנחנו נסים ליום כף היום.
מה אני פראייר?
And all of Madrakim definitely played a big role in my summer personally. From the day-to-day stuff, just keeping us happy, keeping everything flowing smoothly, to the big picture things, understanding the land of Israel, or developing an affinity for it. And I've learned some valuable leadership skills to move on next summer, and along with all of my friends to be Madrakim at camp.
This experience has brought me out of my comfort zone and truly allowed me to meet 200 plus Jews who all share the same interests in me and goes to Ramah.
Ramah has always been a huge, huge part of my identity and who I am, but coming to Israel, I think I explored my Jewish identity and my Judaism. I feel like I've matured and I've grown, and I've not only in my Judaism and in the way that I connect with my religion, but also just as a person.
הימים עוברים והשנים רצות ואיפה את ואני באמת ילדים הולכים אמהות בוכות תגידי מה פה חשוב באמת.
Coming on seminar is kind of nerve-wracking because there's a whole new group of people that you don't know. But I was shocked that just instantly you just make these super tight connections, and each Ramah shares their own traditions, and it's cool learning different traditions that you can bring back to your home.
Being on the Tel Aviv port with 3 of my best friends, sitting on a wall of sorts, just looking at the sunset, in that moment everything was still. You just realize I'm in Israel with my best friends ever, having the greatest summer of my life in the land that you just love, and that's something I'll keep forever.
You step off this plane with people you're surrounded by that you've known your entire childhood, and you just feel like it's right. It's comfortable, and then you get to spend the next 6 weeks being even more comfortable and exploring and going on adventures and making memories that I'll literally never forget.
השנים רצות